What's up, everybody? Well, I got another Asus Ally gameplay video for you guys today. And today, we're checking out a game called Dreadfields. Got it at the same time as that Poolscape video, figuring this would be the perfect game for the handhelds. Should run no problem. Heck, even on the Steam Deck, it was able to stay over 30 on Ultra. At least where I was. Probably would drop under here and there if I went through the entirety of the game, probably, but these guys should be able to do a little bit better. And if they can't handle 60 plus on 1080p on Ultra, well then we'll try 900p high since there is no medium in this game, and 720p low. So, why don't we get started? So we're gonna do Ultra 1080p since this game doesn't have medium, it just has Ultra high and low. So I figured we'd do Ultra 1080p, and it's kind of like on the Steam Deck, 30-40 FPS. Sometimes it'll get into the 60s and 70s, but it can drop into the 30s and 40s too. So we will also try high at 900, which seemed to go much better. And then you can try 720p low, but it does get lots of FPS, but it kind of makes all writing and stuff look like crap. Makes it a little bit difficult to read. It's not impossible, but it's kind of just annoying more than anything. But hey, some people don't care about that. They just want FPS, so we'll try that out too. But first, let's go see what Ultra and 1080 can do. So now we'll drop it down to 900p and high, which seems to do pretty well. Might have some instances still that might drop under 60. It's not like I went through every single part of the game on every setting, so I don't like to make, bold claims. But it seemed to do a pretty damn fine job. Anyway, let's hop on in and you will see exactly what I mean. So now for some 720p. And if it ever messes with your FPS and you don't want VSync locking it to 60, just turn it off and on. And it'll go to whatever, either off and give you FPS like this, or go to what your native refresh rate is. In this case, it would be 120. But alright, I'd say that's more than good enough for settings. Let's hop back into the game. Starting back over again on the LIX now, we'll try some 1080p high again, or ultra, excuse me. I'm so used to saying 1080p high, but nope, that's going to be the middle ground this time around. But this is not going to be a 60 FPS experience, but hey, at least it was staying over 30 for the most part where I was seeing. But hey, it might not the whole time though, so we will also, just like on the Z1 Extreme, we will try out 900p and 720 as well. But for now, let's go do some ultra.
Що ти? Як воно? Освоївся трохи? Не лякайся, я прийшов деякі свої речі забрати. Вже не молодий, починаю забувати, де що поклав. Так а що ти стоїш, як засватаний? Сідай, вип'єм по 30 грам. Я тобі пиріжків приніс з вишнями.
So now for some 900p high settings on the Ally X. Doesn't have medium, so just kind of did the stuff the best I could. It only had 3 image quality settings, so I figured, well, we'll just do those 3 for the 3 resolutions we have. Alrighty though, I'd say that's probably more than good. Hopefully if I go too fast, you could just give it a pause and check out all the settings, but not too many to check out. So let's hop on in.
За друга. Хороший ти хлопець. Зайвого не балакаєш. Була б у мене внучка, віддав би за тебе без питань. Може, ти самому, то дурна затій. Третя за любов.
So now we're going to do 720p low on the Ally X. And it doesn't really, do any text any favors, but as long as you don't care about the text being the easiest to read, I mean, once you get the hang of the days, you don't really need to even look at it for more than, oh, I can kind of make out what I'm supposed to do. Oh, feed the cow. Okay, I'll go do what I've done like 10 times in a row. But sometimes you'll get something new, and then you'll be like, oh, what the hell does that say? Although half of my problem is having the stat window in the way, so that won't affect you guys at least when you're playing by yourself. But anyway, let's jump back into the game. So, now we're going to start over one more time on the Xbox Ally X. And this one actually was getting pretty dang playable FPS, even like this. Now, it probably would still drop under 60 here and there, but nothing like the other systems were. So, I'd probably just play it like this, if I'm honest. Or 900p medium would also be alright too, which is high in this case. But hey, we're going to test both those out too. But it actually kind of seemed like when we got to 720p low, it kind of lost a bunch of FPS in some ways. But then it kind of got a bunch back in other areas, so it was probably just the area I was in, if I'm being honest. But hey, you guys can be the judge of that. Let's go get some gameplay. So now for some 900p high settings. Still does a decent job on the FPS. I think we get more than enough for FPS majority of the time on even the ultra settings. Now that one might drop down to like 58, 59 or something like that here and there, especially if the game's going to have like a hiccup or something. That's one thing it does have on everything I tested. It does have little tiny stutters. Either way, let's go see what it can do. So we're going to go ahead and do low 720p now, which acted kind of like got like it was getting worse FPS for a little bit, but then it kind of shot up and like to the 200s and stuff in FPS too. So I don't know what was going on. Maybe it had to like preload or reload everything, and I jumped back into the game too fast or something. Who knows? But eventually it got like more than enough FPS. But I would either go with ultra or high in 900p or 1080 myself on this particular Ally. But anyway, let's go see what it can do once more. Alright, let's get a little camera record gameplay. Unfortunately, it froze when I disconnected it. Sometimes games do that. So now I know to just quit on anything that's not either a Steam Deck or a Lenovo Legion Go. But now I gotta do all this shit again. Well, let's get started. Oh yeah, don't mind my two-headed demonic cow. Yeah, he's alright. Alrighty. What was that little thing? It was like a frickin' cellar somewhere. I'll find ye. I think it was next to the crapper. Oh, well, there's the crapper. There it is. thought I saw something peeking its head out. Alright. I think it auto-saves when it goes on to the next part, so let's use that opportunity to move on to the next ally. Alright, let's get a little camera-recorded gameplay on the Ally X. Unfortunately, we gotta redo the whole day. I figured once I did complete the first half of the task, it'd be fine, but nope. Oops. I don't even know why I do that. There's completely no point. Alright, let's open all the windows. All right. Okay, so we're going into the cellar again for something. Yeah, a basket. Maybe that's for those applet thingies.
Nope, that's not it. Alright, not gonna lie, I'm not really sure what it wants me to do. Is it mushrooms? I can't really read it because the damn stat window's in the way. Yeah, it's all the grass for the cow. I thought it was going to be these things. Alright, well, I have no idea what it wants me to get for sure, so hopefully we'll be able to read it on the next system. Well, alright, let's get some camera recorded gameplay. I wouldn't turn it back to high, because it was doing a pretty good job. Get out of here, rats. Are these grapes? Where the hell are my grapes? Oh, we probably have to get the box from the seller first, huh? That looks like something you'd collect, but I guess not. Alright, no, the box, we put the box down here, so the box isn't down here. We must have to get it from inside of our house. Alright, well. Alright, well, I know where the beehives are, so I guess let's go take care of that. No idea what the hell to do with the grapes. I don't even know where the grapes are. Hey, you're not supposed to be here. the honeycomb, filled the jars with honey, and put them in the cellar. Gotcha. Now, when it comes to the grapes, no freaking idea what I'm supposed to do with those. Oh, nope, I guess we don't put it in the jar. Oh, in the cellar. Gotcha. See, gotta read. There we go. Maybe. Okay. Pick grapes and put them in the box. What box? The box is supposed to end up there. That's my problem. I knew I needed something to put them in, but I have no idea where it is. Is it maybe in here? I don't know why, but... Don't see anything in there. Is it in the chicken coop? No, it's not looking like it. Where is this damn box? There used to be a box right here. Yeah, this is lame. I can't do the quest because there's no box. Every time I think I find a box, nope. I am completely dumbfounded. Well, lame. I guess we'll just have to restart the whole day, and hopefully that'll also maybe reset the damn box that I need, because I don't see it anywhere. But let's go wrap up. We'll worry about that later.
Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Dreadfields on the Asus Allies, and they all handled it all right. Even the Xbox Ally X seemed to do even fine at 1080p Ultra, whereas the other ones, you know, they were still above 30, so it's playable, but they were not doing 60 plus all the time. So, but as soon as you dropped it down to 900p high, then they were fine. Or if you just want nothing but supreme FPS and don't care that the game turns into absolute terribleness, well then, that's okay. Because I was having trouble even reading what the hell to do. That's the only reason low was so bad for me. because the game's not exactly a super graphically intensive game anyway. It's not photorealistic. But, hey, it did get rid of some jaggies and stuff. So I was still enjoying it, but if it can't do it, it can't do it. So I would probably just do medium on the other two, on the X and the Z1 Extreme, and then just do maxed out if you're okay with it and you want a few more FPS, go 900p medium too. I don't think there's any reason to go with low on the Xbox Ally X. That's why I just changed it back to Ultra when I did the camera recorded portion. Anyway though, that is all for the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And I do a peace out with that hand, and if I just hide that pinky you would never know, but I don't like doing disingenuous stuff. So instead, left-handed peace out, and until the next video.